Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So, inshallah, we continue with our 11th lesson. And in this lesson, I just wanted to apply some of the rules we have learned in the Quran. So, in front of us here is Surah Al-Qari'ah. It's in the 30th juz of the Quran. And many of us, I'm sure, have memorized this surah and we recite in our prayers. So, let's start applying, inshallah, this surah. The rules we have learned in this surah, inshallah. So let's look at it here. So first and foremost, you can see the first word here. Do you recognize this? So we have got alif lam right here, and then at the end we also have the ta. So that's, you can see there's no tanween, and it's got the sign of femininity. So let's write that down here. This is based on those two observations, we can say this is a definite noun, and it's also a feminine noun. Okay. Now, with that said, you can see that this word is repeated here. So again, same rules are being applied, and based on the signs we have learned, we can identify it. There's no word in between. Now I'm going from the next ayah here. Again, Al-Qari'ah comes again. Al-Qari'atu. Next ayah, يَوْمَ يَكُونُ النَّاسُ. We come to again An-Nas, and look at that sign. Alif Lam, and there is no tanween. Kal-Farash. This one is a little bit, it's a joined word. And if you were to break that up, then you would see that there is a lam, alif lam right here, and the kaf is separate. So kal farashi, and this tells us it's some sort of an influenced state, meaning either a letter or a word before it is influencing it. Again, these are all, what are they? They are, but this one here is just a definite noun, and it's a masculine, because there is no sign here based on what we can tell. Now, if it's heard, if it's a noun that's conventional, and what I mean by that is heard by the Arabs or used by the Arabs as a feminine noun, then you will see that then it'll be treated as feminine. But there's no sign of femininity here, so the default position we said is masculine, and we will assume that for the moment. Next word we come across is again al-mabthuth, and that's got an alif lam and then influence state. And what we call there again is a definite noun. Okay. And going back to An-Nas, I'll write it for all the words, definite noun, masculine. So where I don't write masculine, we will, because it's default, then we'll just assume that. So moving on again, we go to وَتَكُونُ الْجِبَالُ كَالْإِهْنِ. So again, there's an alif lam here. You can identify, and no tanween. So this is a definite noun. Next one again is al-manfush, alif lam, no tanween, definite noun. Moving, فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. Notice something here. I want you to recognize that this here looks like a ta, mawazinuhu, but there is no two dots here, so it's not a ta, it's a ha, and we will learn more about that later, inshallah. So this is not a feminine word, and the difference you can see if you go two words over to the left, ishatin, right here. That one's got two dots, and that's a sign of femininity. Not zinuhu, mawazinuhu, it's not. Okay, just wanted to identify that. And moving to this one here, so starting again from in the 6th ayah, فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ. So عِيشَةٍ here is, what is this? Is this a noun or a, so we've only learned noun, but is this a noun? That's the question, and the answer is, it's a noun. And it's indefinite. Why? Because it has the tanween here that we have been talking about. And it's in its influence state. It's influence because it's not carrying the two dhammas, which would be the natural condition we said. Radiyatin, same thing applies here. Again, you've got the tanween at the end, and you've got a noun here that's got tanween and a sign of femininity. So both ishatin and radiyatin are feminine nouns. Both are feminine, indefinite. Okay. Now moving forward, وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. Again, mawazinuhu comes, and we already talked about this. It's not a feminine noun. فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ. Haviyatun, right here. This is a feminine indefinite noun. Feminine indefinite noun. Okay. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا هِيَ. No signs we can identify in this ayah number 10. The last ayah, نَارٌ حَامِيَةٌ. Again, this one is a feminine noun. Okay. So we would say this is a feminine indefinite noun. Interesting stuff. Alhamdulillah. You can see how you can apply this to your recitation, inshallah. So keep applying. Take other surahs that you recite generally, and we will work through these as we go through and learn rules. We will pick up other examples, and eventually this will all, inshallah, will make sense to some degree. You'll be able to go from translations and then have your markers in this ocean of Quran through some Arabic that you would know, that you can have an idea of the meaning when you're reciting the Quran and the Salah. You would be able to, using those markers, in this deep ocean, you would be able to orient yourself as to what the subject matter is that you are reciting. Of course, the details you'll have to learn through tafsir. May Allah give us the ability and accept from us and give us success. Ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.